I am here with the president of the St. George Regional Hospital at Intermountain Health, Natalie Ashby. Also, my former neighbor,
Yes.
oh, by the way. And I've actually been really excited about this because I haven't seen you quite as much. And when I do, it's usually you doing something really cool. And so I was looking forward to this one. But Intermountain Health has been a huge part of the 4th of July. I was trying to add up the years, and I couldn't quite figure out how many had been. I know it's been over a decade that you've been a part of the 4th of July celebration in St. George. I thought it might be 15, but point being, you and your team there, not only incredible, but incredible parts of the community. And so we're grateful for that. So thanks for coming on here.
Yeah.
And I promise I won't be I'm not gonna give too many difficult questions. I want to make it fun. So I'm excited. But tell me what, it's been 3 years, almost 3 years. I think 2023 August is when you were made president. What's the most surprising thing that that maybe caught you off guard in taking that mantle over?
Yeah, that's a great question. And it really would be the connections that this position has with the community. I had no idea how much we are involved and the amount of people we get to meet with and talk with and to represent our hospital. I'm kind of that liaison with the hospital.
How many total employees
We have
down here?
over 2,700 employees and over 700 physicians. So, I should say also APPs, advanced practice providers, things like that, nurse practitioners. So we are a huge presence in the community. And I want you to know how much I love our caregivers. They are amazing. They are dedicated to this community, and they love what they do.
Yeah.
Every day they inspire me.
I've had healthcare in other states, and some do resemble third world country healthcare. I'm not going to name the state, but my grandbaby was born in the hospital last year.
Yes, congrats on a new grandbaby. It's the best.
I know. I'm getting a little older, a little more gray, but I was so impressed with the care, the nurses that helped and made her feel, she's 22, and made her feel like everything was okay, because that is kind of a scary thing to have.
Yeah, it for sure is.
But we've had employees that have been attended to there, and I've had a chance to go see them and witness and hear them talk about the care. How do you build that kind of environment? Because it seems like, it's a hospital. You get doctors, you get caretakers, but from the top down, what's kind of the secret sauce, if you will?
I'm going to give a lot of credit to those who came before me. For sure. This is not something that I did, or in fact, I think just one leader does, but it has continually been built upon a great foundation of wonderful people. I always say I stand on the shoulders of giants. There's a Steve Wilson, there's a Terry Kane, there's a Mitch Cloward. They've all been amazing leaders who also have been truly invested in this community and love it. They have had vision and foresight to be able to build what we have. And as we recruit providers and recruit caregivers, we really look for those who want to do a great job and are invested in what we're doing. We always say we're looking for someone with human skill. Even when we recruit providers, we want them to be top caliber, but we also want them to have that human skill and bring something special to our community, because that's what our community deserves. Our hospital is the community's hospital.
I agree.
The community built this hospital and gifted it to us 50 years ago to Intermountain to take over. And that's something we don't take lightly. We're here for them.
That's cool. I love that approach that, we have to do business. We don't quite have 2,700 people, but we have over 60 here in our building. And we have to do business, but it's sometimes hard to relate it as like a family. I like to kind of use the word team, because, you want them to have their family, and their family should be most important.
Yes, absolutely.
But you need someone with a common vision moving forward. And I can tell you, having been in the hospital sometimes more than I wanted to be, but sometimes for some really special occasions, that the quality of service, it is unique. It is different. I had to go to a hospital back on the East Coast last summer for my son for an injury. Had to go to one in Hawaii. I've been in California. I'm telling you right now, I don't know if you secret shop the rest of the country, but it is totally different. And you can feel something there. And it's been fun for me because, we moved here in the early 90s, and I've had a chance to watch, from the old campus over there by the temple to each building kind of popping up and being able to witness that growth has been kind of fun. Okay, so I'll come back to some more about Intermountain Health, but America 250, it's something that we're so excited about.
We are.
I get even just a little bit of chills because it's such a unique thing. I don't think people quite really comprehend. But what is Intermountain Health doing here locally to kind of commemorate and celebrate with your staff in the community? What's something maybe special that you guys are doing this year?
Yeah, we actually have quite a few fun things planned. On July 1st, we're having a kickoff in which we're going to have some treats that we're going to give all of our caregivers. We're producing a commemorative coin for our caregivers and for partners in our community as well that is branded with Intermountain Health and with the 250.
Love it.
For those new babies being born around that holiday, we have some fun stuff that we'll be giving them to commemorate being a baby of the 250th.
Surprise. It's going to be a surprise.
It's really fun.
I hadn't even thought about that.
On a baby,
that's kind of a cool year to have. Yeah.
Yes.
My daughter's going to have a baby, another baby. In the fall, and I'm excited for that because I hadn't even thought going to be born in the 250th year of our nation's creation.
That's very cool. So we're happy to celebrate that. We're going to have some fitness challenges.
Love that.
With our caregivers. And we have just some fun things. Going to light up our hospital with some beautiful lights. And so right now we're in the planning phase of that. But we're happy to be a partner with the 250-year celebration. It's amazing.
Yeah. No, it's fun. It's fun for me because I've had a chance to sit down now with a dozen or so of our community sponsors and in this built local format for our podcast. And it's really cool to see the type of businesses and the type of leadership we have in our community. And it's no surprise really when I go, oh, how are these people so successful? I hear them talk. I hear them talk about things like that. It's like, oh, we're going to throw a part. No, we're thinking of ways to run a business, but also run it in a way that we can celebrate our community, we can celebrate our caregivers or our staff or our team, and still do business. It's pretty cool.
We're able to do the business that we do because of our freedoms, right? In our country.
Yes.
So it's so important to be able to celebrate that together.
And it's funny, that has come up in a different way on each of these podcasts about, you couldn't just be like, you know what, we're going to build the type of staff that we're going to have, and we're going to just, start this business or we're going to start that business in most countries in the world. People, I don't think, comprehend that America really is so unique and so special for that reason.
It is.
Okay, so on the personal side, favorite 4th of July moment? Is it the fireworks? Is it the watermelon? Hopefully it's not the two I just said, but if it is, I want to hear more.
No, I really love connection. I have been going to the celebration that's hosted by Canyon Media for several years.
Okay, good.
And I take my kids and we sing along with the country singers.
Yes.
I love being with our community members.
I love hearing that.
It is just a fun event. The fireworks are always spectacular. It's just being together, right? I feel like the 4th of July is togetherness, and so that's my favorite part of it is just being together. And we do our family thing earlier, swim, have the hamburgers, hot dogs. I love being with my family, and then we all head out to the stadium and celebrate with our community. I love it.
Greg Robinson from Ram Aerospace, I felt so ridiculous because he put it in a way that I've been trying to articulate for so long, but he said, I love the fireworks because you look up, and as you look around, everyone is unified on the same thing. And I kind of just got chills thinking about it. It's like, I hadn't thought about that. For one night, people can come together, differences, political, religious, whatever it is, and can stay focused on something together for 22 minutes. That's what the show is this year.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
22-minute show. So that's really awesome. Okay, you've been awesome. Final question.
Okay.
Going to put you on the hot seat. No, I'm just kidding.
Please do.
What's the future for Intermountain Health in our community? Because, the cardiology is one thing that stands out for me. I'm now to the point where I'm thinking about that for my life. I actually went over and got the CT a calcium scan over there at the hospital, and they were fantastic. By the way, I got in and out, punched my name and my phone number in, and got in and out of there in like 22 minutes or something like that, just like a fireworks show. And but I had always heard over the last 10 to 15 years from people that would move here. So I go golf, or as I, in the community, and they would talk about our cardiology, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, you don't understand. You've got world-class care in your community. What's next?"
Yeah. So on cardiology, let's just say we are one of the top in the nation for our cardiology services. And that's intentional. I want to say we have
not on accident,
very intentional work that happens. Our oncology department also. I think those two areas specifically we're putting a lot of interest in to expand into maybe centers of excellence. We're exploring that idea.
Okay.
But also it's a way to move up in proactive care. Intermountain is really, really focused on thinking outside the box to decrease the cost of healthcare.
Yeah.
And that is by moving upstream. And so
you want people healthy.
Yes, we do.
Yeah.
And St. George, we're part of a pilot right now, working with Select Health specifically on how we can partner together with other insurance agencies to actually move upstream, take care of people so they can avoid being in the hospital and that very, very costly care that happens there. We'll always be there for when you have any kind of accident, any kind of heart issue, anything.
The human body,
we will be
has
there
some
for
weaknesses.
you. But some of it is so preventable. And if we can just work together and partner and figure out how to do that better, it would save so much money, but it also produce a healthier community.
Yeah.
So that's something I'm really excited that we're partnering in.
Yeah, when I thought about that question, I wasn't sure. I was like, "Oh, we're going to build a new building, or we're going to." But
we're doing that too.
I know, but I love to hear that, because again, there's nothing worse than being in that position in the hospital and not having many options, not because of the care or the abilities of the physicians or the facilities, but because it got to a point that there's nothing you can do. And so what I hear you saying is, look, someone might get in there, but because they do some preventative, or because there's some things we're doing in advance, when they get in there, we can send them home to their families.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It takes all of us.
Yeah.
It really does. But we have an amazing hospital, as I mentioned, caregivers who are spectacular, do amazing work every single day, and I couldn't love them more.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you for being a sponsor again this year.
Thank
you for being a leader.
Us. That's so fun.
Oh my gosh. Thank you for being a leader in the community, and I really appreciate the fact that you guys recognize this year as a special year and are doing cool things. That's it's always reassuring, but it's inspiring. Natalie Ashby, thank you so much. Intermountain Health. We'll look forward to seeing you at the 4th of July and your family, and hopefully a lot of Intermountain Health employees too.
Yeah, hope so. Thanks, Ben.
Yeah. All right. Hey.